welcome to the Echo Tips podcast. In this week's edition, we're going to be talking about navigating podcasts by episode number. That's right. Pretty cool. You can jump back by episode number, and I'm not too sure when this came about, but we're going to be talking about how you can do that and why that would be beneficial. And before we get into that, in any sort of detail, we're going to go to a brief message about our podcast, and then we'll be right back. This episode is brought to you by New Vision at Goodwill Industries of the Valleys, and also made possible in part by a grant from the Virginia Board for the Blind and Vision Impaired. New Vision is a program of Goodwill that provides information services and assistive technology training to individuals with visual impairments. Goodwill Industries of the Valleys is a nonprofit organization serving Central, Southwest, and Southside Virginia. Goodwill's mission is to empower individuals, strengthen families, and inspire communities. These shows are provided for educational purposes. This podcast may not be retransmitted, sold, or reproduced without written permission from New Vision. Well, hello again and welcome back to our podcast. I'd like to welcome our new listeners to the Echo Tips podcast. My name is David Ward. I'm an assistive technology instructor with the New Vision program at Goodwill, and it's good to have you with us. And for our returning listeners, I'd like to welcome you back as well, and thank you for your listenership. Because of both of you, we're approaching 100,000 listens to the podcast, and so we really, really appreciate that. And so what we're going to deal with today, we're going to talk about podcasts. Now, for those who maybe are unfamiliar or uninitiated, what is a podcast? Think of it as a radio show on demand. So kind of like an on-demand TV show would be maybe on Netflix. You go and watch the episode when you want to watch it, and you can stop it or resume it, whatever. Same concept, but basically with a audio program like a radio show or something like that. And so classic examples might be something from NPR, National Public Radio here in the United States, like People's Pharmacy, or the Click and Clack Brothers, car show. Ironically, in these days and time, Joe Rogan and stuff is probably heard about on the news as a very popular podcast. But all sorts of different programming is available in podcast form. And the databases that are available have only expanded since the Echo. Now, in past episodes, ironically, which we're going to talk about, Season 1, we talked about how to play a podcast, how to skip a podcast, how to play the latest episode of a podcast. All of that pretty intuitive and been that way for years, right from the very beginning with the Echo. And it's been a wonderful podcast player mostly. I mean, the first years or two, TuneIn was kind of buggy, but it's settled down mostly. But today we're going to talk about the ability to jump to a specific episode of a podcast by episode number, which is super, super cool. And I just stumbled across about a week or so ago. So I don't know when this feature was added in, but could be very powerful. If you're listening to a maybe some sort of educational programming where they're going through, like 5 episodes about how to, grow potatoes in your garden or how to grow Brussels sprouts or something, right? You can jump back to an episode by number and then proceed from that point forward. And that's especially important when you think about maybe episodes from a year ago or 6 months ago. I mean, we put out 52 episodes just last year. And so, you don't want to say skip, right? It'll drive you nuts. So we're going to do some demos here. If you do have an Echo here in hearing distance of my voice, you might want to shut its ears off. That way I'm not tripping up your Echo at home and not duplicating this effect. And just give you a second to do that. Mute its ears. And now we'll proceed. So we're going to get in the time machine and travel back to yesteryear. Okay, so let's do these commands. All right. These are some of our most popular episodes, by the way, which I thought would be a good way to pick and choose this. Episode 47 was about TV schedules. Wow, that's going back a ways. We're almost breaking 200 now. 47. Alexa, play episode 47 of the Echo Tips podcast.
Playing Echo Tips from Amazon Music. Here's Season 2. Episode 47. These schedules.
Ain't that something? Yeah.
Hello, welcome. This is the Echo Tips episode number 47 of the Echo Tips podcast.
Voice sounds familiar.
It's a pleasure to have you here. Our topic or theme for this episode 47, is going to be TV schedules. How do you find out what's on TV?
Stop. Right, so that'll bring this episode to a close. It's time to turn the ears back on your Echo, start practicing some of the many things that you've learned. I'm David Ward for the New Vision program, and we thank you for listening.
Thanks, Dave. Let me tell you a bit more. Let me put on my official sounding voice. Ahem, ahem. This episode is brought to you by New Vision at Goodwill Industries of the Valleys and also made possible in part by a grant from the Virginia Board for the Blind and Vision Impaired. New Vision is a program of Goodwill that provides information services and assistive technology training to individuals with visual impairments. Goodwill Industries of the Valleys is a nonprofit organization serving Central, Southwest, and Southside Virginia. Goodwill's mission is to empower individuals, strengthen families, and inspire communities. These shows are provided for educational purposes. This podcast may not be retransmitted, sold, or reproduced without written permission from New Vision. Phew! Thanks for listening.